Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper.
6 years of Call Her Daddy.
Call her daddy. This is the thing. Everyone is talking about this.
You're honest, you're authentic, you're funny.
Okay, so here's the thing. That girl you just heard, she just signed a deal for $125 million.
I'm not surprised somebody paid that and that amount of money, but I was surprised it was serious.
Yeah, just another bag for Cooper. The bitch knows what she's doing.
At 24, she was unemployed, living in a shoebox with her best friend, posting a podcast literally no one asked for. At 30, she's interviewing presidential candidates, married to a Hollywood producer, and cashing checks that would make your head spin. But here's what they don't tell you about this story. The betrayal that nearly destroyed everything. The best friend who tried to take it all.
I'm back and I have a brand new podcast. It's called Sophia with an F.
And the one decision that turned her into the highest paid female podcaster on the planet. This isn't just a success story, babes. This is a masterclass in knowing your worth and burning bridges when you have to. I'm about to show you exactly how Alex Cooper went from rock bottom to $125 million. And trust me, you're gonna want to take notes.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your single father, Alex Cooper.
Okay, so I want you to picture something. August 21st, 1994, Newtown, Pennsylvania. Baby Alex Cooper is born. Normal suburban family. Dad's a sports broadcaster for ESPN and WPHL. Mom's a psychologist. Growing up, Alex is athletic, like scary competitive. Division I soccer at Boston University. Captain of the team. The kind of girl who does not lose gracefully. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this is something people don't talk about. I found an old interview where Alex admits she was so competitive in college that she would literally cry if her team lost. Not like sad crying, like angry crying. Remember that. It's gonna matter later. So, Alex graduates. 2016, she's 22. And like every college grad with big dreams and no plan, she moves to New York City.
It's fucking moving day, bitches. My parents are about to drive me from Pennsylvania to New York fucking City.
She starts dating an MLB player. He gets her a job at a magazine doing ad sales. And she is miserable. I was completely losing myself, she later admits in an interview. I had nothing that was mine. My apartment wasn't mine. My job wasn't mine. I was just existing. Then one day in 2018, she gets laid off. And instead of panicking, she cries tears of fucking joy. Now, I wanted to know, what was going through her head at this moment? So I went back and found every interview she did in 2019 and 2020. And in one interview with Betches, she says something really revealing. The day I got fired, I called my roommate Sophia and said, I think this is a sign. I think we're supposed to do something crazy. That roommate, Sophia Franklin. And that something crazy? A podcast about sex, dating, all the stuff your mom definitely doesn't want you talking about.
Said she's down. I'm waiting for her to confirm if she's actually down.
December 2018. First episode of Call Her Daddy drops. The name, Total Chaos Energy. They were joking about women taking control in the bedroom. Sophia said, call him daddy. Alex said, no, call her daddy, and boom, brand born. The early episodes are absolutely unhinged.
We are about to prep our turkey cooch gobbler combo style. Rubbing kiss her inner thigh and spit on that hoe.
Positions, red flags, how to psychologically manipulate men. Their words, not mine. And women are eating it up. Now, here's where I started pulling receipts. Month 1, 12,000 downloads per episode. Month 2, 2 million. That's not normal growth. That's viral growth. I spoke to a podcast industry analyst who told me that kind of trajectory basically never happens unless you're a celebrity or you hit a cultural nerve. Alex and Sophia, they hit a nerve. Within 1 month of launching, Barstool Sports comes knocking. Okay, this is where things get complicated. January 2019, Alex and Sophia sign with Barstool Sports. The deal, $75,000 base salary each, plus bonuses, plus merch money. Sounds good, right? But here's the catch that no one talks about. Barstool owns everything: the name, the IP, the social media accounts, the merch designs. If Alex and Sophia walk away, they get nothing. They can't even use the name Call Her Daddy anywhere else. Now, I tried to get a copy of the actual contract. Couldn't. It's sealed. But I talked to someone who worked at Barstool during this time, and they told me this. Dave Portnoy was obsessed with owning IP after losing out on other talent. The Call Her Daddy contract was airtight.
I know some of these words.
Those girls signed away everything. At the time, Alex and Sophia are 24 and 25 years old. They've never seen money like this. So they sign, and the show goes nuclear. By mid-2019, Call Her Daddy is one of Barstool's top podcasts. They're doing live shows, selling out merch. They have a literal cult following called the Daddy Gang. It's giving friendship goals, best friends, building an empire, and then it all falls apart. April 8th, 2020, new episode drops. Title: Kesha, The End. It opens with Kesha's song Praying. You know, the song about surviving betrayal and coming out stronger? They tell listeners, interpret that however you want. Then, radio silence. Weeks go by, no episodes. The Daddy Gang is losing their minds. Now, this is where I started digging deep, because what happened behind the scenes? It's way messier than people realize. So here's what I found. March 2020, Barstool wants to renegotiate. The show is making millions. Alex and Sophia are still on $75K base. Dave Portnoy offers them a new deal, $500K each. Better terms. And the big one, they can own the IP. Let me repeat that. Dave Portnoy, the guy who is notorious for owning everything, offers to give them the Call Her Daddy IP. All they have to do, stay at Barstool for 1 more year. Now here's where Sophia's boyfriend enters the chat. Peter Nelson, HBO sports executive, successful, older, and according to multiple sources, he starts telling Sophia she's worth more. He's shopping the podcast to other networks: Spotify, Wondery, anyone who'll listen. The problem? Alex wants to take Dave's deal, and Sophia wants to leave. May 2020, Dave Portnoy releases a video. He's pissed, calling Sophia greedy and disloyal. Says she's shopping the show behind their backs while under contract.
You acted like a fucking scumbag, and you got your life run by a man who's a fucking loser.
Alex releases her own video. She's crying, trying to explain. I realized the Daddy Gang was bigger than both of us. The internet explodes. TikTok is on fire. Twitter is a war zone. Team Alex, Team Sophia, it's a civil war. Now here's what most people don't know. I spoke to someone who was in the Barstool offices during this time. They told me Alex was on the phone with Dave Portnoy almost daily trying to salvage the deal. Meanwhile, Sophia wasn't answering anyone's calls. The source said, Alex was willing to do anything to make it work. Sophia had already mentally checked out. It was over before it went public. Sophia eventually starts her own podcast, Sophia with an F. Alex stays at Barstool, alone. And everyone says, it's over. There's no way she can do this solo. But Alex, she doesn't try to replace Sophia, she pivots. She brings on celebrity guests, Miley Cyrus first, then Madison Beer, Hailey Bieber. The show evolves from explicit sex talk to real conversations, mental health, relationships, career. And it works. Call Her Daddy becomes even bigger. June 2021, 1 year after the split, Alex Cooper signs with Spotify. The number, $60 million. 3 years. She is 26 years old. Now, when this deal was announced, people lost their minds. But here's what nobody reported at the time, and I had to dig to find this. The Spotify deal wasn't just $60 million in cash. It included production budget, marketing support, equity incentives tied to performance. Not only that, Alex owns the IP. Remember how she fought to stay at Barstool for ownership? Now she's cashing in. Spotify gets exclusive distribution rights. But Alex, she owns Call Her Daddy. And she doesn't stop there. August 2023, she launches the Unwell Network, a podcast empire, multiple shows, Hot Mess with Alex Earl, others in development. She's not just a podcaster anymore. She's a media executive, building infrastructure while everyone else is chasing brand deals. And then 2024 happens. August 2024. Alex's Spotify deal is ending. The entire podcast industry is watching. Will she resign? Will Amazon jump in? Apple? I reached out to multiple sources in podcast M&A to understand what was happening behind the scenes. Here's what I learned. There were at least 4 major players bidding. The number kept going up. Alex's team played it perfectly. Plot twist, SiriusXM wins. The deal? $125 million for only 3 years. That's $41.7 million per year. Let me put this in perspective. Joe Rogan's Spotify deal, $250 million. Alex Cooper's SiriusXM deal, $125 million. Meghan and Harry's Spotify deal, $18 million. The Obama's Spotify deal, undisclosed, but estimated to be $40 million plus. Alex is the second highest paid podcaster in the world, behind only Joe Rogan. Now let's break down the deal. The $125 million includes Call Her Daddy rights, the entire Unwell Network, advertising revenue share, and Alex still owns the IP. SiriusXM gets distribution, Alex keeps ownership, and she can walk away in 3 years and take everything with her. When this deal was announced, the internet had opinions. Some people celebrated. Some people were like, how is she worth more than Obama?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And look, that's a fair question. So I looked at the numbers. Call Her Daddy gets approximately 5 million downloads per episode. It's the #1 podcast among women 18 to 34, the demographic that every advertiser wants. Now let's talk about her personal life, because this is where the story gets really interesting. Remember how Alex was like, I'm never getting married. Marriage is a trap. I don't need a man. Yeah, that changed. Middle of the pandemic, Alex is on a Zoom call about a potential TV project. On the call, Matt Kaplan, Hollywood producer, who made To All the Boys I've Loved Before, The Perfect Date, and much more. Alex later admits, I got on Zoom and immediately thought, this producer is very handsome, but stay focused, Alex. Spoiler, she did not stay focused. They go on their first date, pandemic style, sitting in a parking lot in LA eating takeout Thai food. And Alex, the girl who said marriage was a scam, later says, there was no doubt in my mind after the first dinner that he was the man I was going to spend the rest of my life with. April 6th, 2024. They get married in Riviera Maya, Mexico. So where does Alex go from here? November 2024. She launches Unwell Hydration, a beverage line for women, sold exclusively at Target. The Unwell Network is expanding. More podcasts, more creators. Her 2025 Unwell tour sold out in minutes. She has a Hulu docuseries, Call Her Alex. But here's what I want you to understand about what Alex has built. Alex Cooper didn't just build a podcast, she built a business. Most influencers, they're chasing brand deals, signing contracts that lock them in for years. Alex, she owns everything. The content, the brand, the network. She has leverage. When her SiriusXM deal ends in 2027, she can walk away and take it all with her. So, what can we learn from Alex Cooper's story? I'm gonna break this down the way I wish someone had explained it to me. 1. Own your work. Always. Alex walked away from a best friend because ownership mattered more than partnership. That IP deal she fought for at Barstool, it's now worth $125 million. Number 2, know your worth and prove it. Alex didn't just ask for more money, she built an audience. She delivered results. She became irreplaceable. 3. Evolve or die. When the original format stopped working post-split, she didn't panic. She pivoted to celebrity interviews. It worked. 4. Build infrastructure, not just content. She's not just making a podcast. She's running a network, a beverage company, a production studio. 5. The best revenge is success. While Sophia is doing her own thing, Alex signed a $125 million deal. She went from crying on her ex's couch to interviewing presidential candidates, all because she bet on herself. Look, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you Alex Cooper is perfect. The way the split happened was messy. People got hurt. But what she built afterward, that's not luck. That's not privilege. That's strategy. She fought for ownership when everyone said to take the cash. She stayed when everyone said to leave. She evolved when everyone said she was done. And now, she's one of the most powerful women in media. Okay, so real talk. After spending 2 weeks researching this story, talking to sources, pulling receipts, I want your take. Did Alex make the right call ditching Sophia? Should she have walked away from Barstool entirely? Was the $125 million deal actually worth it? Drop your analysis in the comments. I'm reading everything. And if you want more deep dives into how successful women actually build empires, then hit subscribe, because we're just getting started. Now go forth and bet on yourself like Alex Cooper.